right, this is Nathan Doe, Progress Learning. I'm going to show our Google Classroom implementation. First, I'm going to show it from the teacher perspective and hopefully get this through the approval process and follow all the guidelines, do my best at least. I'm going to go ahead and click the sign in with Google button here. I'm gonna go ahead and sign in as a teacher first. So if you look here, it takes you to our Google login page. I'm gonna log in as a teacher. If you notice here, it takes you, it does show that the name is progresslearning.com. And then here is the OAuth consent screen that you guys are asking about. So if you need the full details, I can pull up text edit. Let's see here. All right, new document, and I'm gonna paste that so you guys can see everything there. Pause it, feel free to view that, make sure everything matches with what you guys require. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and select the account that I've got mapped to my teacher. This is apps.progresslearning.com. So I'm gonna select that account. It's gonna go ahead and it's gonna ask me about the various scopes. We've got manage coursework and grades. We've got see, create, edit coursework. We've got view the email addresses of people in the classes. We've got the view the rosters. We've got manage the classroom rosters. We've got see, edit, and permanently delete the Google Classroom classes. I'm gonna go ahead and allow these scopes. All right, an account ID, this is what's going to map this to a user on our system. So I'm going to map it to an already existing user. We require this for teacher accounts. We do not roster new teachers from the Google Classroom scenario. So I'm going to do PLTX and ND teacher password. And I'm going to hit log on. So this right here is linking the account. Notice that this icon comes here. This is showing that it is a Google Classroom enabled student. I'm going to go ahead and look over at my Google Classroom class. I am logged in as the teacher account. This teacher account does show a GC class for Progress Learning. And then if I hit close, it should show one student that I've added or that I've sent the invited and use the invite link for, so I wanted to show that. So in Progress Learning, I've got the ability here to go in and I'm gonna go to Class Center, Class Management, and I'm gonna go Import Class. This right here talks to Google Classroom. So this is using the Manage View Classes scope, as well as the manage roster. Sorry, gotta move this, decline. And I'm gonna hit import. And then I'm gonna close that. And then I'm gonna reload the page. And this Google Classroom class is there. Now there's some stuff that we require from here to complete this. So I'm gonna go ahead and click in the class. I'm gonna go ahead and select a subject. So I'm gonna add a subject and I'm gonna go ahead and say it's 5th grade mathematics, and I'm gonna hit add and I'm gonna hit okay. And then in here, I gotta go to student mapping and I'm gonna import students, or sorry, student mapping. Import students. Oh wait, sorry. It knows, because I've already added the subject, it knows that here's my student account, which is student day Nathan. And if I show this logon account, it's ND Student 01, which I'll show you that process here from the student side in a little bit. This is a Google Classroom mapped student. So if I go in here, let me open up another window real quick, Progress Learning. And I'm gonna go ahead and let me sign out. I'm gonna go PLTX and the student. 01, password. All right, and so this right here notices that my account is linked with a Google Classroom class because it imported it. It knows that that account's there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit sign in with Google. This is going to ask me which account that I'm going to do. I'm going to use my, actually, I don't have it in this one, so I'm going to add another account, which is edgalgcs1@gmail.com. And then password is here. And notice that it's giving me the Google app is not verified. So I'm gonna hit advanced and I'm gonna go ahead and hit go to progress learning. It's unsafe. And this right here, here's the consent screen again. Let me copy that and pull up my little text edit and paste that there. Feel free to pause it to validate that, but that's validating the user. The student has to opt into the scopes here that allows them to see created coursework items, including assignments, questions, and grades, view the email addresses of people in the classes, and manage the Google Classroom rosters. So we're going to go ahead and hit continue here. All right. Now notice that this student also has the Google Classroom icon is Nathan Student Day, which matches what it shows here as Nathan Student Day. Okay. Now the next phase of this. So that is one scope of managing the roster and importing in the users and linking the users together within our system. Okay, now I'm going to go to my assignment bank and I'm going to go to my assignments. So this right here allows me to go in and create an assignment. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new assignment and I'm going to go PL-GC test. Subject, it's going to be 5th grade mathematics. And then I can select any of these within our system. This has no relation to Google Classroom. I'm just going to, for now, go ahead and create 10 small questions. I'm going to do save and continue. That takes me on to the next step. And here's my GC class for progress learning. I've got all students selected. I could go in and select if I had multiple students within the class, I could go in and select that and just a single student or multiple students. I'm going to hit save and close. The notes is something within our system. Once it logs us on, I could put a note, it would play video or text before the assignment. Again, it's not related to Google Classroom. Settings, these are start date, end date. So I'm gonna go ahead and set a start date of here, end date of tomorrow, and then number of attempts, 1, minimum score requirement, they have to get a 70%. And there you go, and hit save assignment. Okay, so this right here should be creating the assignment out in Google Classroom. So I'm gonna go in and I'm looking at this right here is my student. Let me go back into classwork and notice, if I look at my stream, PL Apps posted a new assignment via Progress Learning PL-GC test, pre-built test. If I look at classwork, it's the same thing. I can look, there's one student in here. It allows the teacher to sign in. If I look at the student side, I'm going to go ahead and reload. And notice the student side comes up and you see PL Apps here. Let me just to make sure there's not going to be any issues with cookies and such. I'm going to log out of the teacher side. I could definitely get back to it later. Okay, so now I'm logged out. Go back to the student side. Verify, actually that's the teacher. Go back to the student side, which is the EG student 1 account. And I'm going to click here. And this right here takes the student is able to go ahead and complete the activity. So it auto signs them in. They're logged in as Nathan Student Day, and they're able to go in and select the assignment. So begin, I assume you'll want me to select the entire assignment. So you can see the grading part, 1.8 divided by 2 would be 1.4, sorry, 0.9. I'm just going to fly through it. If I don't get it right, I don't get it right. So it doesn't matter on these. So all right, submitted. And I did not do very well. I got a 30%. So let's see what happens here. If I go in here and I reload this, rebuild test, it has been turned in. And I believe the teacher's got to go in and view it first. So let me go ahead and click, move this down so I can see. And I'm gonna go to progress learning and cancel. Sorry, I think I had that open. All right. And I'm gonna go ahead and log out as the student. We'll go back to my Google Classroom because I can switch as the student. And I'm gonna log in as, where do I have, got too many browsers open here. Do I have it over here? There we go. Go ahead and sign in with Google as teacher. And I'm gonna log in as my apps account that I've got my teacher. And I'm gonna go to that. All right, and I can go in here, Class Center, Class Management here. And I can go look at my assignments. And I see this one right here, GC test. And then let me go ahead and log back over here to, oh, sorry, I need to stay here. Classroom.google.com. And I want to log in as the PL apps. It's right here. Got it. And if you notice here, it says it's got a 30 for that student. And then I should be able to go back in, log in, look at this as that student account. Here. And it shows graded. View assignment, 30%. So that's our stuff in a nutshell. Let me go ahead and log out. Hopefully this will show all the scopes that we're using. Again, the scopes in question are, let's see here. For teachers, here's the scopes that we're using. Classroom Coursework Me, the list of assignments, coursework students, edits and deletes, profiles email, shows the email addresses. We use that for mapping students and future communication if needed. The rosters, adding and deleting students. The read-only for students, shows students in the classroom. Courses, creates and deletes edits of classes. User info.email, sees a primary account. The profile shows the personal information. For students, we need the rosters for joining the classroom via the enrollment code, Coursework Me, for submitting the assignments, profile emails for getting the user profile email to see the primary Google account, and profile to see the personal information. So those are the two all the scopes that we're using. I'm going to go ahead and stop share. And then I'm going to go ahead and end this meeting.